Two MLB player props here on PrizePicks for Wednesday, June 14th. Before I get started, there is a link in the description below. You can sign up for PrizePicks there, or you can use promo code TUFF. There is a 100% deposit match by using that code or the link in the description. Discord link in the description as well. Main server completely free. There's also the Patreon link in there as well, where I do post all the plays that I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. Again, I'm not a gambling expert, not financial advice. These are simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to them with your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. But let's get into it, you guys. We got two plays on this massive MLB slate today. I think we got like close to every single team in baseball playing today. Huge, massive slate today. So a ton of player props already on the board here on PrizePicks. Got two plays. Yesterday, Spencer Strider, we had his MLB live over 3.5Ks. You could still play it. I mean, I'm not giving it for this YouTube video here, but I just feel like players get a little bit out of funk sometimes when they do, miss that start day due to a rainout. But again, he was a DMP yesterday, and we did cash on our Ezzy Megbegor over fantasy score for the WNBA play. So I do like that. Coming off, a successful night yesterday, looking to definitely replicate that tonight. Let's get into it though. The first play that I like is going to be Ben Lively over 4.5 strikeouts. I may stay away from this if it bumps to 5. Again, I may stay away. I think it probably stays at 4.5 because it's not crazy odds on the over. But at 4.5, I think presents some good value. If you take a look at his last 5, obviously he's hit the over on his last 5 games pretty easily here. We take a look at this matchup. Kansas City versus Cincinnati. This is going to be a road game for Ben Lively here. 9.5 point over under. Weather should not be a factor whatsoever in this game. We take a look at Outlier here. Again, link it to the top of the description of this video. You get a 7-day free trial with Outlier, you guys. Best research tool in my opinion. Again, link at the top of the description. You can see here though, in 2023, pretty much every time he started, he's hit the over on this. He's kind of had an interesting season, right? He came out of the bullpen a few times, had 2.1 innings of work, 3.3 innings of work, and didn't really strike out a ton of guys. But since being named a starter, 8, 8, 6, 5, and 8, he struck out 8 against the Yankees, 8 against the Cardinals, as well as 8 against the St. Louis Cardinals again. So facing him even a second time, the Cardinals struggled against him, and he's hit the over on this in 5 straight games, like I said. But I like this play for a few reasons. One, I definitely think the Reds are gonna give him 100 plus, maybe 95 plus pitches tonight. We've seen the last 2 outings for the Reds. They've had to use their bullpen quite a bit. Duarte, Gibbo, Sims, and Diaz all pitched on, I believe that was Monday. And then yesterday they had a ton of bullpen work here for the Reds. Young, Cruz, Langomina, Farmer, and Karcher all pitched as well. So they've been really having to use their bullpen these last 2 games, which is why I definitely think they're going to give Ben Lively, they've given him a long leash. He's, thrown 100 plus pitches at least a couple times, 90 plus pitches a few times. So I definitely think, 6, 5, 7, and 6. I think if he gets at least 5 innings here, this should give us a strong chance for him to hit the over on this. Taking a look at the season here, Kansas City strikeout percentage against right-handers, 24.4. It's kind of gotten down. So their 6th highest strikeout percentage against righties on the season, right, which is obviously good data to back this play up here, but it's kind of gone down. We took it 10th highest over the last 43 days or so kind of gone down a little bit, but I'm riding with this line just being a little bit too low for Ben Lively at 4.5. I think the sports books aren't kind of onto it yet. Again, very interesting here that it is at 4.5. I do think maybe it has a chance to bump up to 5. Probably not going to be playing it at 5 in my opinion here. But also, we take a look at this potential lineup for the Kansas City Royals. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of their 9 hitters have a K rate against righties over 20% here. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in this lineup with a K rate over 28%. So it's a great spot for Ben Lively here at 4.5 strikeouts. I don't think this bumps, but if it does, probably not playing it at 5. Keep that in mind. So let's get into it. Second play here, I'm taking, it's honestly been a wagon for us on Patreon. It's going to be Mookie Betts over 8.5 hitter fantasy score. Let's get right into it. So Mookie, he's been playing well as of late. I think he's hit this in 7 of his last 11 games, right? You can see the DK. DK is the fantasy score equivalent to PrizePicks here. So, he's hit this 28, 43, had these toe tough games against the Yankees, and then 11, 14, 7, 19, 14, and 12 fantasy score. He did have a chance to score a run in this game as well, and he did get 4 at bats. So that's what I like. Mookie hitting at the top of that Dodgers lineup, right? He's gonna hit a bare minimum 4 at bats. Strong chance he maybe gets even 5 plate appearances, which for fantasy score just really, really helps us. We take a look at his odds here on Outlier. He's minus 150 on DraftKings to go over 1.5 hits, runs, plus RBIs. If he goes over that, strong chance he can get over his fantasy score as well. And then Mookie, with his ability to steal the bases on the base pass, I think really, really benefits him in his fantasy score. But also, when taking a look at this, Mookie Betts this season, his splits at home, he bats 321 at home compared to 250 or 321 at home compared to 216 away, right? He has a 1.067 OPS at home this season. Now, he's facing Mike Clevinger, who, again, his splits as well, pretty tough on the road. 254 batting average opponents on the road, a 5.45 ERA on the road as well. Just not a very good pitcher. But the number one reason I like this play is just how the success that some of these Dodgers have had against Clevinger. So Mookie Betts, guys, against Clevinger in his career, 20 plate appearances, he's batting .412. 20 plate appearances, 17 at-bats. He's got 7 hits, 5 singles, a double, a triple, and 2 walks. Only struck out 3 times in 20 plate appearances. But look at some of these other guys. JD Martinez batting .667, Will Smith batting .660, Max Muncy batting .429, Chris Taylor batting .333, David Peralta batting .250 even as well. So I think the Dodgers should be able to get to Clevinger, and with Mookie Betts hitting atop of that order, should present a ton of opportunity for him to hit the over on this fantasy score line. So these are the 2 plays here. Ben Lively over 4 strikeouts. Mookie Betts over 8.5 hit fantasy score. Want to get this video out as soon as possible. Please drop a like on this video. Hit that subscribe button. And as always, let's cash.